Take two. Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read to you. Today's book is Our Hero Scamp from 2004. So let's get started. Be, be careful, Scamp, Lady called as she watched her son dash across the yard. Don't bounce the ball too hard. All right, the gray puppy answered. Scamp bounced the ball to his sister. Catch, he shouted. The sister loved playing ball in the garden. It was fun, safe, and they never got dirty. But Scamp grew tired of the game. Can we go to the park? He asked his father, Tramp. I can't take you today, Tramp replied. Can I go by myself? Scamp asked. Tramp had lived on the street before. He had met Lady. He understood how his son felt. And the park wasn't very far away. All right, said Champ finally. You can go for a quick run in the park, but don't go anywhere else. I won't, promised Scamp. Scamp bounded out of the yard and into the street. There was so much to see. He stopped to watch two cars honking and beeping at one another. He thought about chasing the cars, but he remembered his promise to his father. So Scamp continued down the street to the park, but as he passed an alley, he heard someone call for help. Scamp peeked down the alley. He saw a pack of large dogs snarling at a little white puppy. The frightened puppy was backed up against a fence. She couldn't escape. Brave Scamp knew he had to help her, but how? He certainly couldn't fight the other dogs the way his father could. Then Scamp had an idea. Scamp carefully creeped behind a trash can and pushed it over. Clunk, clink, crash. He checked work. The noise frightened the big dogs away. Unfortunately, Scamp had also made a big mess. Empty cans, empty tin cans, apple core, and even a black mask and some gloves were spread all over the ground. But Scamp couldn't worry about a mess at that moment. He turned to the fluffy poodle who was shivering with fear. Don't be frightened, Scamp said. I am your friend. The poodle smiled at Scamp. Think my name is Princess, she said, and you are my hero. Scamp liked being someone's hero. Why were these dogs bothering you? Asked Scamp. Because they wanted this, said Princess, putting something out behind a box. Wow, Scamp eyed widened. In front of him was the biggest bone that he ever seen. Would you like to share it with me? Princess offered, gratefully. Sure, Scamp replied, licking his lips. I hadn't had dinner yet. But before they could taste the delicious looking bone, two puppies was startled by a sudden noise. Someone was coming down the alley. Those horrible dogs must be coming back, Princess whispered. Quick, hide, ordered Scamp. The two puppies heard her behind some boxes as the noise grew louder. Scamp promised no matter what happened, I'll protect you, Princess. Then he peeked over the box to see what was causing the noise. It wasn't the dogs at all. It was the police. Princess was relieved, but Scamp was worried. The policeman was looking at the mess he had made in the alley. Scamp was afraid that he and Princess would be taken to the dog pound if the police caught them. His parents would be angry, and they wouldn't trust Scamp to go out on his own again. Come on, Scamp whispered to Princess. Let's go. While the policeman was busy examining the black mask and gloves, the two dogs sneaked away with the big bone. As soon as they was out of the alley, they began to run. Scamp and Princess raced down a steep hill. It was hard for Scamp to run with such a huge bone. It felt heavier and heavier with every step. Finally, he had to drop the heavy bone. It landed on a man cover. Suddenly, a worker opened the man cover from below. The bone began to roll down the hill. Scamp quickly retrieved the bone. Then he thought about his promise to his parents. Let's go to the park. It should be safe there, Scamp said to Princess. When they got to the park, Scamp put the bone down in a pile of leaves. Let's have a drink from the pond before we eat this, Scamp said. The bone will be safe here. But when they got back, Scamp thought that it had been swept away by the gardener, who was raking up leaves. Scamp sprang into action. Give it back, he barked. Scamp dived straight into the pile of leaves. I know it's in here somewhere, Scamp groaned. The leaf tickled his nose as he searched the pile, trying to find the bone. Hey, stop that, the gardener scored. But before the gardener could grab him, Scamp had found the bone. He and Princess raced away once again. They ran back to the street. I never putting this down again, said Scamp. I, true. The bone went flying through the air. Brush you, said Princess, as she watched the bone sail straight through the open doors of a waiting bus. Stop, Scamp barked at the bus, but the bus closed its doors in his face. The driver drove away. By now, Scamp had forgotten all about his promise to his parents. He just wanted to get Princess Bone back. The two dogs raced behind the bus, yiping as loudly as they could. Woof, 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 they called. When the bus driver stopped, Scamp jumped on board. The bus driver held out his hand. Could I have your fare, please? He asked Scamp politely. The passenger laughed, but Scamp didn't care. He quickly grabbed the big bone and leaped off the bus before it drove away again. Scamp and Princess was once again heading for the park. At last we can eat this bone, Princess said, but she had spoken too soon, for not too far away Scamp spotted a stern-looking police dog. He seemed to be looking for something. Maybe he's looking for us because of the mess I made in the alley. Let's get out of here, Scamp whispered urgently to Princess. Scamp and Princess ran to the other side of the park. Unfortunately, the big dogs that had chased Princess earlier was there, and they still waited. They still wanted the bone. Run! Shouted Princess. But as Scamp through, tried to get the bone through a gate, it got stuck. Scamp was trapped. Scamp closed his eyes. He was sure the big dog was going to get the bone, but when he opened them, the big dogs had left. Instead, the police dog was towering over him. What's going on here? Demanded the police dog. Meanwhile, back at home, Lady and Champ was worried because Scamp had been gone for so long. He should have been back home by now, said Lady, looking for trouble as she peeled out of the gate. I think we should go out and look for him, Champ decided firmly. He hoped that his son wasn't in any trouble. But trouble was exactly what Scamp thought he was in. The puppy knew what he must tell the police dog. The truth, I made all that mess in the alley, Scamp confessed courteously. But he did it for a good reason. And says Princess, standing up for her friend. He did it to save me. Then she added, in my bone. Said the police dog gruffly. Kindly stand back and allow me to examine the evidence. The police dog sniffed and inspected every inch of the big bone. Yes, I think this is it, he announced. He could see that Scamp and Princess was confused. Let me examine, he began. But last night there was a robbery at the museum, the police dog said. A witness to the crime had told the police that the thief wore gloves and a black mask. I saw gloves in a mask, Scamp said excitedly. That what the police was looking for at that what the police was looking at today? But what did the thief take? Wondered Princess. Re- Recently, the museum obtained a complete dinosaur skeleton. The thief broke into the display room and stole a priceless dinosaur bone. The police dog finished. Just like your bone, said Princess, trying to be helpful. Exactly like your bone, growled the police dog. Where did you get it? He questioned them. Princess was cross that the police dog thought they might be the thief. I didn't steal it, insists Princess as she stomped her paw aimlessly. I found it in the alley. Maybe the real thief hid it there, added Scamp. The police dog looked at the two puppies. Please come with me, he barked. At that moment, Lady and Champ were looking anxiously for Scamp out on the busy street. Lady and Champ searched the park, but Scamp wasn't there. Then they went to the pond where Scamp loved to chase the ducks, but Scamp wasn't there. They even went to Tony's restaurant, but Scamp wasn't there either. Lady burst into tears. Oh, where can our Scamp be? She sobbed. Champ knew that there was only one place left to look, the dog pound. Together, the two dogs headed for the dog pound. I just hope Scamp isn't in any trouble, Lady whispered. But before they entered the dog pound, they heard someone shout it. Scamp! Champ froze in his tracks. What's that? He wondered. They saw a crowd of excited people at the museum down the street. They heard someone call to Scamp again. Our Scamp lady cried as she and Champ tried to push their way through the crowd. Lady and Champ soon spotted their son. Champ was puzzled. What's Scamp doing at the museum? And with a police dog by his side, said Lady. Now she was really worried that he might be in trouble. Champ saw his parents and raced over to them. I'm so happy to see you, he said, laughing. What's going on here? Champ wondered. Scamp said, I can explain everything, but first I want you to meet my new friend, Princess. Your son is Hero. He saved me, Princess told him. Lady smiled at Princess and turned to Scamp, but why didn't you come home from the park? I'm sorry I broke my promise, Scamp apologized, but I had to help the police dog clear up a robbery first. Lady and Champ watched as people took photos of Scamp, Princess, and the big bone. Oh, I'm proud that our son had helped the police, said Lady. Proud, answered Champ. Truthfully, I'm amazed. Our Scamp isn't a troublemaker. Our Scamp is a hero. Suddenly, the head of the museum announced loudly, and now our hero will put the stolen bone back where it belongs. Scamp and Princess put the bone exactly in the right spot. It fit the dinosaur skeleton perfectly. It's just like putting the last piece in a giant jigsaw puzzle, Scamp said chucklingly. And to thank our little hero, we had prepared a little feast. The head of the museum meshes to a long table with a forest. Scamp licked his lips. He had never seen so much delicious food all at once. And at last there was stacks of bones for him and Princess to eat. Yum yum shouted. No, Scamp shouted joyfully. Bon appetit. Scamp, Princess, and everyone else quickly dug into the incredible bouquet. This more than makes up for the big bone that we didn't get to eat, said Princess gratefully. Scamp was thrilled that he was able to help the police and the museum, and also that he had made a new friend, Princess. So that was our hero Scamp from 2004. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We have another video coming out real soon.